We are live. Welcome to the show. I'm Tim Gosnell. This is Fun Money. No, this is Lunch Money. That was another title.
Too.
Yeah, it's fun. It's lunch. Welcome to the show. Glad you're here. We took last week off, so glad you're back. I'm here with Melissa Dunn, my co-host and aunt.
Hello, hello.
And today's topic is out of sight, out of mind.
Okay.
How to reduce spending without the need for self-control.
All right.
I'm always about how do we change our money behavior and habits, but without like just brute force and just torture, and like how can we just make it easy as possible? So that's what we're talking about today. But first, let's visit a bit.
Let's visit.
Well, first off, I have a question for you. All right. I'm a red-blooded American in the fact that I like McDonald's. I like Coke products.
You love
My
Waffle House.
family is a Disney family. I like waffle, I like all these things. But McDonald's, you got me going back to McDonald's lately.
Wait, how?
Because I was going through McDonald's and I asked you if you wanted anything. You wanted a McGriddle. So I got a
I
McGriddle
did.
too. And I hadn't had one in a really long time.
It is delicious.
And I was like, so now I'm on this like kick for going for McGriddle. So I was going over this weekend, and the person in front of me, I get up to the window to pay, and they're like, the person in front of you paid for you.
Doggone it.
So in this
It's
situation,
like a complicated
what
situation.
do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I don't do anything.
You don't do anything? You don't even wave and say thank you?
No. I definitely wave if the person's
I do a
still
little
there
wave.
and I say thank you, but I don't do it in return.
Yeah.
I don't like feeling pressured. I've got a little bit of like rebellion or something.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't sign up for this.
I don't do it either.
Okay, why don't you?
Because I never like to commit to something financially without having the details worked
Without
out.
knowing what it's
so
gonna
if I'm like, oh yeah,
what
I'll
it
pay
feels
for
like
them,
when
then I find out it was like $102. It's like, well, I was talking to somebody else and they were like, well, I asked them how much it is first.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but I don't know even, it's like,
But then you're like, nah.
here's the thing. If I pay it forward, then I'm like, it's just, you're the last person in the chain who's really gets bit. So I just,
Yeah.
I've
You
learned
just accept it with gratitude.
Gratitude. I wave and say thank you and say, oh, that was neat. You know, that was great. That was a nice blessing from the universe.
But what do
So,
our friends do?
Yeah.
I would be interested.
I would seriously love to know how you guys handle
I bet
this if
they're
you do
nicer
it.
than we are.
And do you think that those of us who don't are jerks? That's what I want to know.
But wait. Nice people won't tell jerky people they're jerks. That's
But
the
it's
problem.
do it through
Just
your
do it,
anonymous
yeah.
YouTube account. The other thing is, I've heard from service industry workers that it messes up their systems of
I
like
can see.
cars and
Yes,
keeping
yes,
track
yes,
of which
yes.
car is paying. So from that, it's just all around. I'm just like, and if, yeah, I just don't do it. So anyway, that's number one about McDonald's. We have two things about
wow,
McDonald's.
okay.
So since we're on the topic, and I love McDonald's, I love, like when we talk about categories in our budgets and finances that we splurge on,
Yes.
food is definitely one of those for me. Convenience food and food in general. I don't love cooking at home. My wife cooks; she does amazing, but I don't like to do it. I don't like. It's not just the cooking. I don't mind the cooking. It's the prep. It's the planning. It is the shopping. It is the cleanup after.
Yes.
All of that. I love going out to eat. So I love going through drive-thrus out to eat, all of it. So I like McDonald's. But if you go to McDonald's or any of these restaurants now, I am a fan of using the app because
Yeah, you get
you can
decent,
always
yeah.
save at least if you're buying a meal or even just a drink, there's always savings. So get the app for whatever restaurant you patronize on a regular basis and use it.
Yeah,
So
use the
because like
rewards.
I mean, literally, there's not a time where you can't save money by some sort
Yeah.
of discount. So whether it's $1 drink or $1 coffee or free fry with any purchase.
Yeah. Or they have some they have like a $3 breakfast bagel. I like to snatch.
No,
that one.
mine's been $2.50 breakfast sandwich every day that I've been going.
I said bagel, and the bagels are like
because it
$6
excludes
each.
bagels.
Yes, exactly.
The $2.50
yeah.
breakfast sandwich excludes. So anyway, get the app, or maybe don't if you're trying to have self control around food. But that's not me, so I do that. So anyway. Weather's been beautiful.
It has been
I don't know what
nice.
part of the world you guys are in, but it has been amazing here.
has
Like
been.
we had people over last night and we sat out on the porch and just enjoyed the evening outside. It's been great.
I love fall.
It is. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite season?
Spring is probably my favorite.
Spring's a little wet. You know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like sloshy ground. And
I guess
right
I've
now,
never really thought about it.
yeah, I don't like it. So I don't like wet. All right. So anyway, moving on to we've hit a milestone. as a
Have
channel.
we now?
We have crossed over 600 subscribers.
Nice.
So if you don't know, we're on a mission to overtake the Godfather, Dave Ramsey, and he's at over 1 million on his main channel. But we have hit a milestone of 600, and we're going to celebrate that.
Yes,
we'd like to invite you to join along in this journey. A special thanks to our new subscribers, Debbie Sherrill, Amazing 1000, Ken Busick, Mark Hudgens, and the Dessert Guy, which...
Ooh, that's a nice.
I'm with you,
there,
dessert guy. I am with you. So that's that. We do have a comment. We're going to respond to a comment. I'll let you read it, Melissa.
Okay. So Gecko 2405 says point systems for cashback is actually tax beneficial depending on the purchases.
So first off, Gecko. My family's a Gecko family. We have 4 geckos. So I don't know if you're a Gecko guy, but it's in your name. So we're with you on the geckos. Point system for cashback. So what I think he is saying is points versus cashback. This was on the Fidelity credit card review that has a 2% cashback. So I think he's saying points, which I don't like. I like the cashback because it's more straightforward. And he's saying points are better because you don't have to pay taxes on them, basically. That's what I'm getting what he's saying. Okay. I could be a Gecko. If you're out there, please respond if I'm not understanding your statement. Correctly.
I was wondering. I'm like, can it be a deductible? Points can be a deductible. That's not what I'm talking about.
Couple of things. As best, I know I'm not a CPA. My father-in-law is a CPA. He can correct me. I did call my account. I phoned a friend. I talked to ChatGPT, and I talked to my accountant. And so for personal credit card use, if the rewards are a rebate, so you spend something and you get something, whether that's a percentage or it is a point system, you do not have to pay taxes on.
So neither one
you have to pay a tax on. So that is really, if I'm understanding him correctly, it is not a concern. You can get cash back. It can be a percentage. And if it's for personal, you do not have to pay taxes on it. The only time where it does potentially become a tax liability is when there's a credit card offer where you get stuff for signing up for free without spending anything. So when it's a rebate, nothing. But if it's like 10,000 points or whatever, you may. Now, my accountant said that in those situations, they are supposed to send you like an IRS form, INT kind of thing, like a bank would send you for interest on a checking account or savings account. So it's not something that you should necessarily have to keep track of. They should let you know. But there are some cases where you would. But that's not why. The why is, do you get the rewards based on spending, or is it just for signing up? The other caveat, and so I actually was confused for another reason when I read his, because I thought it was always, whether it was points or percentage, you had to pay taxes on it. But that's only for business. So if you're a business, it's kind of complicated, but essentially you're supposed to pay taxes on it. They don't send you one of those INT forms, which annoys me because so now you have to track it and quantify it some way, and it does get complicated, but in that instance you do. So anyway, there's the caveats. I learned something this morning researching the response. So hopefully maybe you learned something as well. And feel free to correct me because I'm probably wrong about some detail that we covered there. So, all right, that's it. We are going to move on to today's topic. So, out of sight, out of mind, how to reduce spending without the need for self-control. Now, here's where this came to mind is in our refrigerator, we a couple years ago got all this really nice Tupperware. It's the vintage. It looks like the Tupperware from when we were kids. You know, with like the rippled lids, like the little lids, the white lids on the different colored bowls. And they're great. I thought it was great. So we started using them. But what I found is when we put things in them, they go to waste.
Well, because you can't see them.
Can't see them.
Yeah.
You can't see them. You can't see what's in it. So in order to unless you remember it or unless you tape and write on it, you have no idea. So you open the refrigerator to look and see what's in there, and you just kind of skim past it unless you were the one that put it in there and you remember. You're just like, But then I'll find as I'm like going through, I'm like, dang it, I would have eaten that if I would have remembered it was there. So my philosophy on food in the refrigerator is if it's out of sight, it's out of mind, which means it gets wasted. So Sarah and I have talked about, and we both agree, we're like, let's move to clear stuff. So she bought a bunch of glass ones with plastic lids, and then you can see what's in it. And so out of sight, in sight, in mind, right? So insight, in mind for food. But with money, we want to go the opposite direction. If we're trying to control our spending, we want to get it out of sight. And it didn't require self-control for me to not eat that food that was in the Tupperware that I couldn't see through. It naturally happened. Even if it was
your favorite peanut butter pie, you didn't see it.
Even if it was, and that has happened. There have been some desserts that have been in it, and I'm like, I'm like, daggone it. But I didn't have to have the self-control because it was out of sight, it was out of mind. And so that's what we want to do with our finances? I want to talk about, so this I think holds true. A lot of times my finance principles, I find because they hold true in the world, and then there's typically going to be research to back it up. And that is the case with this. So there was a study done, and the purpose was to test whether the physical convenience of credit cards affects spending. So the design, the observational quasi-experimental studies tracked spending patterns when access to credit cards changed. So people left the cards at home, or merchants made card payments more cumbersome. That could be like, this lane only does cash only, or you have to go, there's a fee for using credit cards, whatever it is, it was less convenient. So what did they find? Leaving the cards at home, people who forgot intentionally, left their card at home, had spent 12 to 20% less on discretionary purchases compared to when the card was immediately accessible.
I could totally believe
12 to 20%.
Yeah.
This, I'm telling you, there is study after study after study, specifically with credit cards, that show this. When you spend with credit cards, you spend more. But this is specifically talking about the access to those credit cards. So I want to just take this principle and say, how do we take this idea of out of sight, out of mind, and apply it to our personal finance?
Can I tell you one that I've been doing?
Tell me one.
So I am not opening my promotional emails for my favorite places that I typically do, because they're going to show me 20% off,
You're gonna find a good deal.
50%. And so I'm just deleting them.
Yeah. You can unsubscribe as well. Same thing on social media accounts, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. If you're following influencers or brands that you really have a hard time with buying a lot from impulsively, unfollow them, and you can check back in every once in a while on your own. So credit cards, either like not having them at all or not carrying them around with you, removing them from your digital wallets on whatever stores, those are clear and easy. One that I think is less clear and less transparent is removing your savings, money that you're trying to save, from your primary checking account. So when you log in, I don't want you to see that money. I want it to be out of sight.
So you mean even if it's like, so we have a Wells Fargo account, and also a savings, you would say take it out of Wells Fargo?
Yeah. Okay. Well, so if you wanted to leave it at Wells Fargo, open a second Wells Fargo account with a different login. So when you log in, so you can have it both at the same bank, but if you can open a second account, then that way you can't see it, or open it at another bank. So one or the other. I just don't want you to log in and
see
that money and be like, oh, I could spend it. And I mean, the other thing would be like carrying less cash around, those sorts of things, only carrying cash in your wallet that you want to spend. And then I think another just really easy one is to take apps off your phone for shopping. Mm-hmm. If you struggle with shopping and just browsing and looking for things, then we're going to take those apps off our phone. And when we want to shop, we're going to do it very intentionally. We're either going to go into the store with something specific that we're looking for, or we're going to go on the website on a laptop rather than our phone.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we want to get rid of that just kind of like ease and convenience of doing it, to remove the risk of impulsivity. So those are just a couple of things.
Nice.
Thanks for tuning in. If you are looking to get better with your finances, you're checking it out, timgosnell.com. I'll see you here next Tuesday on the channel. Bye-bye.